Right, here's a little mini server that I've made. Basically, because I was bored and I had the parts laying around and I thought of this for a while. And the purpose of this server is to, well, it's sort of a portable slash luggable server. So, as I'm kind of a geek, I feel the need for having a file server and such when I travel. So this is it. It used to be a box for a HP DAT72 tape drive. It's now holding the guts from a Asus EPC 1008HA netbook. And, well, it's nothing too fancy really. These 4 USB ports on the top, and they are running through a modified hub with a DC-DC converter, so I can pull a max of 5 amps out from these ports, so I can power external hard drives and things. Then we got VGA, and that's not really needed, but I put it in anyways because it's handy. Get a 10100 NIC power switch, a 19 volt input with a standard DC barrel jack. You got audio out and microphone in. Also not really needed, but yeah, it was there, so yeah. And on the front we have a 2x16 LCD. It's kinda small for this window, but I am most likely going to put a 4x20 in there. It will just fit, so that's nice. And yeah, as you may have noticed, there is Velcro on both sides. That is to hook up stuff like this. This is kind of a crap D-Link access point slash switch slash router slash DHCP server. So you can just plonk that on the side here. Like so-ish. That's really wonky, but that's that. And this is really handy because it can run on from USB. So just plug this in here. This is not really a fancy solution. It's actually quite tacky with all the cabling, but it works. And then we can take something like an external hard drive, whack that on the other side, just plug it in, if we manage to do that. There we go. And now we got wireless local network and get storage and things. I can plug the power in here. It's just running off of a battery charger for a laptop. So that's gonna boot here. It is running quite the odd operating system. It's running Windows Embedded 2009 POS ready. It's basically a stripped XP that's going to have update support until 2019. The reason for that OS is because one, XP is obsolete very soon, and 2, this hardware runs really well with XP based operating system, and now it's actually booted. It's just gonna start the display up and things. There we go. I can just see it there. And 3, it's really easy to share files and things on XP based operating systems, so it's really handy because this is more of like a casual share server other than rather than a dedicated stationary server. It's just, yeah, stuff a USB stick and share it, and off you go. And so yeah, that's it really. Just a little video about a little server. Just shut it off here. So yeah, that's that. Get a little 60mm exhaust fan on the top here. It's not moving a lot of air at all, and it's virtually totally silent. But it's more than enough airflow to keep the stuff cool inside. I had some issues with heating in the beginning, or when I first made it, so I just sawed up a round hole in the top with a hole saw, and now it's just working fine. So it's basically set up so there's a shelf in the middle approximately that the motherboard and everything sits on, and down in here in the bottom there is the serial adapter and the display driver and the hub and all of that jazz. And on top is the motherboard and then the cabling in the back. So it's basically sucking air in through these side vents in the bottom. It's traveling backwards and up around the shelf, and then up through the motherboard and everything, and then out through the fan. So it's got a very nice airflow for its size, and it's just working really well. So yeah, that's that. It's not a race machine, it's a single core 1.6 GHz Pentium, or sorry, Atom actually. It even got a sticker on there, or a case badge. And then it's got 1 GB RAM, so yeah. It's not hugely powerful at all, but it's efficient. Well, it's not actually that very efficient either, but it's pulling very little power, just like 10 watts or so. And yeah, that's what it's supposed to do, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.